Good morning. This is my final production. The main objective is to explain how drugs trends affect society with terrible consequences. Introduction. Drug abuse is a serious public health problem that affects almost every community and family in some way. Each year, drugs abuse causes millions of serious illnesses and injuries among Americans. What we are going to see here is an essay about drugs trends and terrible consequences for society development. The negative consequence of drugs abuse affect not only individuals who abuse drugs but also their families and friends, various businesses, and government resources. Although many of these effects cannot be quantified, ONDCP report that in 2002 the economic cost of drug abuse to the United States was 180.9 billion. The most obvious effect of drugs, which are manifest in the individuals who abuse drugs, include ill health, sickness, and ultimately death. Particularly, the devastating to an abuser health is the contraction of neuroborn illnesses, including hepatitis and HIV, AIDS, thought injections, drugs use. NSDUH data indicate that in 2004, over 2.3 million individuals aged 18 and older are admitted to having injected an illicit drug during their lifetime. Of these individuals, 14% were under the age of 25. Centers of Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) report that 123 20,235 adults living with HIV/AIDS in the United States in 2003 contract the disease from injections drugs use, and the survival rate for those persons in the less than that for persons who contract HIV/AIDS from any other mode of transmission. CDC further reports that more than 2005 people died in 2003 from drugs-induced effect. Abuse of drugs include methamphetamine, anabolic steroid, club drugs, cocaine, heroin, inhalant, marijuana, prescription drugs including opioids. Drugs abuse also plays a role in many major social problems such as drugs driving, violence, stress, and child abuse. Drug abuse can lead to homelessness, crime, and missed work or problems with keeping a job. It harms unborn babies and destroys families. There are different types of treatment for drugs abuse, but the best is to prevent drugs abuse in the first place. Children of individuals who abuse drugs often are abused and neglected as a result of individuals' preoccupation with drugs. National level studies have shown that parents who abuse drugs often put their need to obtain and abuse drugs before the health and the welfare of their children. The economic impact of drug of drug abuse on businesses whose employees have used drugs can be significant. While many drug abusers are unable to attain or hold full-time employment, those who do work put others at risk, particularly when employed in positions where even a minor degree of impact could be catastrophic. Airlines pilots, air traffic controllers, train operators, and bus drivers are just a few examples. How drug abuse affects societies. Increase in child custody losses. Increase in child abuse and neglect. Increase in addiction risks for children of drugs addict parents. Increase in domestic disputes. Increased rate of homeless and poverty. Substantial financial health care burden. Increased rate of co-occurring mental disorders. Increased in insurance premiums taxes. Increased strain on co-workers. Increased in number of people incarcerated in state or federal prisons. Increase in rates of violent crimes on college campuses. Losses in revenues for businesses and universities. Conclusion. The subject we present on this essay has been very interesting too. I think it's very important that everyone understand the consequence of drugs abuse because this is the only way we will be able to help people that are going through this situation. According to recent studies, nearly 24 million people in the United States abuse illicit drugs. Nearly 18 million people abuse alcohol, and in 2012 alone, 22,114 people died from prescription drugs overdoses. Biography: How drugs affect the society. Recovered from National Drugs Intelligence Center, January 2006. National Drugs Threat Assessment. Video production final.